Someone in your orbit just doesn't like you. You haven't done a thing to them. You barely exchange words. But the air changes when they're near. A drop in temperature, a wall of cold silence that you can feel against your skin. And it gets inside your head, doesn't it? You start replaying every interaction, searching for the moment you must have offended them, trying to solve a puzzle that has no logical solution. The conventional advice is always the same. Ignore it. Kill them with kindness. Win them over with patience. Eventually, they'll see you're a good person and come around. That advice is wrong. Because when someone despises you without a clear reason, there is always a reason. It's just not a reason that has anything to do with you. And once you understand that, you'll start noticing this exact same behavior repeating itself, almost like a script other people are running without knowing it. There are 5 tells. Learn them, and you'll never again wonder what you did wrong, because you'll already know you didn't do anything. Their hostility loses its mystery. It becomes transparent, boring even. Here's what actually happens in your head when someone dislikes you without cause. You go looking for the cause. You rewind old conversations. You audit your own behavior for some offense you can't quite locate. And that search is doomed from the start, because the offense isn't in your behavior, it's in what you symbolize to them. Maybe your calm gets under their skin because they don't have any. Maybe your contentment is a mirror they didn't ask to look into. Maybe watching you succeed makes their own stalled progress impossible to ignore. None of that is a verdict on you. It's a verdict on the gap between where they are and where they wish they were, and you just happen to stand close enough to that gap for them to notice it. People under that kind of internal pressure tend to leak the same behaviors over and over, almost like clockwork. Learn to see the pattern and the sting disappears because you stop mistaking their discomfort for evidence against you. So let's go through what that pattern actually looks like. The first tell is the easiest to catch because it's really a contrast, not a single behavior. Watch how they act with everyone else in the room, loose, talkative, laughing easily, and then watch what happens the second you walk in. The warmth switches off, the voice flattens. Sometimes they find a reason to be somewhere else entirely. This isn't shyness, and it isn't a rough day. It's aimed, and it's aimed specifically at proving something to you, that whatever they extend to other people, you don't get. Why bother? Because friendliness is a form of acceptance, and accepting you isn't something they're willing to do. Somewhere underneath it, you register as a threat, and creating distance is the easiest way to manage a threat without confronting it directly. The gap between how warm they are with the room and how cold they are with you. That gap is not accidental. It's meant to be felt. It's a quiet way of putting you in your place without ever raising their voice. When you catch this happening, the move is not to try harder to win them over. Let it be what it is. You're watching someone announce their own insecurity in body language. That's not a referendum on your likability. The second tell is quieter, and most people miss it entirely. They won't look at you. Mid-conversation, their eyes drift to their phone, the wall, anything but your face. In a group, everyone else gets eye contact when they speak, until it's your turn to speak. Their gaze slides past you like your furniture. They refuse to acknowledge that you're speaking. That matters more than it sounds like it should, because eye contact is one of the oldest signals we have for I see you, you're worth my attention. Withholding it is a way of withholding respect without saying a word. And the reason it happens is almost identical to the first tell. Looking at you fully would mean treating you as an equal, someone whose presence carries weight. And if you register as competition in their head, that's exactly the acknowledgement they're refusing to give. It's not a conscious calculation. Most of the time, it's closer to an instinct. Don't validate the thing that threatens you. But instinct or not, if you notice someone consistently look everywhere except your face while making full eye contact with the rest of the room, that's not coincidence. That's a signal. The third tell shows up most in group settings, work meetings, shared projects, anywhere ideas get floated in front of an audience. You say something useful. Silence. Nobody reacts, like the sentence evaporated the moment it left your mouth. Then, a few minutes later, someone else says almost the identical thing, and suddenly the room lights up. Great point. Let's run with that. And you're left sitting there, replaying what you just heard, wondering if you imagined saying it first. This is a denial of credit, and it's more deliberate than it looks. Acknowledging your idea means acknowledging your value, and that's precisely what they're trying to withhold. If they can make your contributions disappear often enough, they can make you feel irrelevant in that space. And irrelevance is easier to dismiss than a real threat. It's not about whether the idea is good. Everyone in that room might quietly know it's good. It's about making sure the credit lands anywhere but on you. I've watched this happen to people who solve the actual problem the group is stuck on and still get skipped over, while the same idea gets repackaged by someone else and praised on the spot. It's frustrating precisely because it's subtle enough that nobody else notices, but you feel every instance of it. And repetition is what turns this from bad luck into a pattern. If it's the same person doing it every time, that's not an accident of attention. That's a strategy to shrink your influence in the room. The dangerous part is what it does to you internally. You start wondering if your contributions are actually weak, if you're really adding anything. That doubt is the intended outcome. Don't hand it to them. The fourth tell you usually don't witness directly. You hear about it secondhand. Someone mentions, almost in passing, a comment this person made about you. Nothing outright cruel, just enough to plant a question mark. They seem fine, I guess, but something about them feels a little off. They try really hard, don't they? I mean, good for them, but I wouldn't get too close. This is reputation erosion, and it's a strategy precisely because it's deniable. They can't come after you directly. There's no legitimate grievance to point to. So instead, they chip away at how other people perceive you. Enough small doubts, dropped in enough casual conversations, and you start to look suspicious or exhausting to people who barely know you. The logic underneath it is simple. If they can turn the room against you gradually, they never have to face the threat you represent on their own. And when you confront them about it, watch what happens. They'll deny it outright or twist it into something almost flattering. I was defending you. I said you seemed nice, conveniently leaving out the part that came right after. It's nearly impossible to prove, because it lives entirely in hearsay, and that's exactly why it's their preferred method. Low risk, real damage. When you hear that someone's private commentary about you always tilts negative, always plants a small seed of doubt, that's not gossip. That's an attempt to manage how you're seen, because they can't manage how they feel about you. The fifth tell is the most revealing one of all, because it's nearly impossible to fake. You land a win, a promotion, a milestone, good news you're excited to share, and while everyone else responds the way you'd expect, this person goes quiet. Stiff. The congratulations comes out flat, technically correct but hollow, and you can feel that it isn't real. This is resentment wearing a smile, and it comes from a very specific place. Your success functions as a measurement, and by that measurement, they come up short. Rather than let that inspire them, it wounds them, because somewhere in their head, life runs like a competition, and your win reads as their loss, even though the two have nothing to do with each other. Watch the body language closely, and you'll catch it. The tight-lipped smile, the sudden urge to change the subject, the achievement quietly downgraded. That's not that impressive. Promotions aren't that hard to get. They have to shrink it, because if they let themselves see it clearly, they'd also have to see how far they feel from it themselves. This is the tell that removes all doubt. If this person had a real grievance with something you did, your success wouldn't touch them one way or the other. But if what unsettles them is who you are, then your success just makes the thing they're afraid of bigger. So it stings. and no amount of composure fully hides that sting. It says more about their relationship with their own life than it does about anything you've done. So why do they do all of this? It all comes back to one thing: deep-seated insecurity. Here's what actually happens inside someone who treats you this way. When they encounter you, they're not really seeing you. They're seeing a reflection of everything they feel they're not. Your calm highlights their chaos. Your contentment exposes their discontent. Your progress forces them to confront the gap between where they are and where they wish they were, and they didn't ask to look into that mirror. The problem isn't located in something you did. It's located in what you represent to them. Maybe you embody a quality they've abandoned in themselves. Maybe you've achieved something they've only talked about. Maybe you have a peace they've been chasing for years without finding. Whatever it is, your presence creates an internal discomfort they can't sit with. So instead of facing that discomfort, they project it onto you. You become the problem. You become the reason they feel bad. This is why you can't fix it by being kinder, more helpful, or more accommodating. You could be the most considerate person on earth, and they would still resent you. The problem isn't your behavior, it's their perception. They are trapped in a mental prison of their own making, and your existence is a reminder of the walls. Think about what that means practically. Someone who is genuinely at peace with their own life doesn't have the appetite to resent other people's wins. They're occupied building their own. Resentment like this only shows up in people who are already struggling somewhere underneath the surface. Your success becomes a spotlight on exactly the place they're struggling, and instead of letting that inspire them, it wounds them. A secure person is not threatened by another's light. Your confidence doesn't diminish them. Your happiness doesn't make them unhappy. They have their own foundation. They're okay with who they are. But an insecure person doesn't have that foundation. They see the world through a distorted lens. You become a mirror, reflecting back everything they wish they were. Your presence is a constant, unwelcome reminder of what they are not. And the discomfort of that reflection is so intense that they have to destroy the mirror. They turn their frustration and self-hatred outward and project it onto you. You aren't the cause of their hostility. You are just the trigger. You are the convenient target for a battle that's raging entirely inside them. So how do you respond? First, stop the chase. Let go of the need to win them over. You cannot reason someone out of a position they didn't reason themselves into. Their hatred is emotional, not rational. No amount of evidence or good behavior will change their mind because their conclusion isn't based on you. You could be the most patient, most generous version of yourself, and it still wouldn't move the needle, because the problem was never located in your behavior to begin with. It's internal to them, and it stays that way until they decide to deal with it, which is not your job to arrange. Second, stop internalizing. Remind yourself actively that their behavior is a symptom of their own struggle, not a judgment of your character. When they give you the cold shoulder or dismiss your idea, tell yourself, this is about their fear, not my fault. Every time you do this, you take a little more of their power away. You stop mistaking their discomfort for evidence against you. Third, keep being yourself. Don't shrink. Don't dim your light to soothe their discomfort. The moment you change who you are or downplay your successes to make them feel better, they win, and they still won't like you. So why bother? Let them be uncomfortable. That is their problem, not yours. Your growth is not an insult to anyone who's stalled. It's simply a fact of your life, and you don't owe anyone an apology for it. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher born into slavery, wrote something that cuts to the heart of this. He said, if someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. What he means is that the offense doesn't exist in the other person's actions. It exists in your own reaction. They can try to provoke you, to make you feel small and insecure, but they only succeed if you let their behavior become the mirror for your own self-doubt. The power they have over you is only what you choose to give them. Refuse to be provoked, and their weapons are rendered useless. When you spot these 5 patterns, the sudden freeze that only happens around you, the eyes that won't quite land on your face, the ideas that go unheard until someone else says them, the doubts planted behind your back, the success that gets met with silence, you'll know exactly what's happening. It stops being confusing. It stops being painful. It just becomes information. You stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and realize, I see what's going on with them. You've been trying to solve a puzzle that wasn't yours to solve. The only move left is to see the pattern, disengage your emotions, and move on. They're revealing everything about themselves and nothing about you. Let them. You have your own fortress to build.